The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing.
Socrates in this quote is highlighting the idea that too many people believe they either know everything or a lot. He is putting forward the idea that, to be wise, you must resign yourself to realizing you really don't know anything. When you think of it, most of you believe that you know what is happening, or about to happen. You don't, and this is what Socrates is really talking about.
We cannot live better than in seeking to become better.
This quote is referring to the idea of becoming a better person. The notion has to do with realizing that in order to live better, you must first become a better person. You have to constantly look at your life and how you are living and relating to others, and try to be better in the areas you think you need to be better in.
Beware the barrenness of a busy life.
If you take a look at where the world is now, everyone is moving at a faster pace than ever before, and are much busier than they have ever been. Because of this, these days you seldom have enough time, if any, to appreciate the life you are living or what you are engaged in. Not even the simple pleasures do you have time to appreciate. As a result, you make yourselves extremely sad, and your lives much more difficult than it needs to be. Your life is meant to be lived, and taking time to smell the roses. You must understand that there is much more to life than all the things that keep you busy. It is important for your own well-being, for you to take a break, and do some of the things that bring you peace and joy. Find the time to relax and unwind. It will be for your biggest benefit.
There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance.
This quote by Socrates highlights the importance of knowledge. He identifies it as the only good, and what he means is, the more you know, the more you will understand. The more you understand, the more you are able to put your understanding into your life, and make it and the world better. Knowledge brings enlightenment, and makes learning easier. It is what improves your ability to, and the speed at which, you reason and also your problem-solving skills. Ignorance is seen as evil by Socrates, because when you are ignorant, you are operating from a lack, and as such, are likely to make bad choices. A lot of the major issues that affect your life, and the world at large, are caused by your ignorance. This includes things such as relationship problems, racism, and even fixing the engine of your car. So it is important that you continuously seek knowledge.
When you want wisdom and insight, as badly as you want to breathe, it is then you shall have it.
If you desire wisdom and insight, you are required to have the willingness to sacrifice, to give up, suffer, and accept whatever comes on that road. You can never expect wisdom and insight to be automatic, effortless, or instant. This quote is suggesting that if you want something, you must want it so badly that you will do what is necessary and within your power to achieve. To do this, you must learn to focus, and by working hard and smart. Never allow anything to prevent you from getting what you seek. This includes the negative words you are likely to hear from others. Your ultimate success in life depends on the actions you take, and not those of others. When you are desperate to breathe, you would fight to take a proper breath. That is the way you must behave, and chances are you will achieve what you seek. You must be willing to tackle every fear, conquer all odds, overcome every obstacle, and climb every mountain. You go one step at a time.
It is more important to know where you are going than to get there quickly. Do not mistake activity for achievement.
Here, Socrates is pointing out something most people don't pay attention to. Many of you are more into arriving than paying attention to where you are going. If you don't know where you are going, then you will arrive anywhere, which may be an end result you do not like. Knowing where you are going means having a goal in mind. Without it, you will end up being lost or working for a long time. You may be one of those persons who believe that activity equates to achievement. Unfortunately, activity does not mean you have done anything. It simply means that you were busy doing something, but nothing that signifies a goal. So throughout your life, constantly ask yourself, is what I'm doing moving me towards my goal? Always focus on where you want to go.
Remember that there is nothing stable in human affairs, therefore, avoid undue elation in prosperity, or undue depression in adversity.
Socrates is saying here that when it comes to human beings, things are always unpredictable. You can never know what someone will do at any moment, and things are constantly changing. So do not get too happy and comfortable when things are going well, because disappointment may be just around the corner. The same is true when things are not going well. Do not get overly depressed, as things can change quickly for the better. Always leave room for reasonable doubt.
To find yourself, think for yourself.
If you are at a point in life where you are seeking to find yourself because you feel lost and somehow adrift, it may seem difficult to find yourself. Life has a way of overwhelming you with its responsibilities, successes and failures, losses, and wins. According to Socrates, the best way to reconnect with yourself is to engage in your own thoughts. Many of you allow the opinions, feelings, and thoughts of others to color your own. You may even give them the power to think for you. Oftentimes, you don't even realize that this is the case. Your thoughts may mirror that of those around you. The longer you think this way, the less likely you will form thoughts of your own. You begin to think for yourself by starting small. Make a decision by yourself, and then move on to the next decision. By keeping at it over time, you will discover just how much of an amazing person you are, and begin to find yourself.
Understanding a question is half an answer.
To solve a problem, you must first identify what the problem is, and you should devote a significant amount of thought and resources to try and understand it. The problems you face these days are often complex, and breaking them into their smaller components is only the beginning of finding a solution. You must first understand each part of the whole problem. Without this, you can never move forward, and any solution you put forward will not work because it does not fit the problem. So, the more you understand about an issue, the more likely you are to figure out the cause of it, and come up with solutions to solve it.
I cannot teach anyone anything, I can only make them think.
Too often you find yourself trying to teach people what you believe are valuable lessons. Oftentimes you end up feeling exhausted, frustrated, and misunderstood. The person you think you are teaching keeps doing things the way they want to. Socrates is implying that it is much more effective if they firstly desire to learn, and secondly, to think. Your goal should be to impart information and experience that will cause the person to think about what is said. If you can do that, then they will be more likely to learn what you are trying to teach.
Let him that would move the world, first move himself.
This quote is advising you that if you seek to change the world, you should begin by changing yourself. Many people who desire to change the world tend to want the world to change in such a way that it's convenient to them. Socrates is imploring you to change yourself first, to be a better person. Once that is done, you are in a better position to change the world, either through leadership, or by affecting others' behavior for the better.
Be slow to fall into friendship, but when thou art in, continue firm and constant.
There are two parts to this Socrates quote. The first part urges you to take precautions with new friends, because a stranger may not be good for you, or simply not of the kind of personality you prefer. Once the initial phase is over, the second part of the quote becomes apt. This part of the quote is encouraging you to make an effort to keep and deepen your friendships as time goes by.